Transmission begin. I am Alfarius. Well, it's my Friday report, but in actuality, it's Saturday. I'm a day late, but you know what? Yesterday I spent some time with my son, and I just didn't really get around to doing a video. But my week in review, so Monday, Tuesday, I got quite a bit of painting done actually. My Chaos Lord on bike was completed within those 2 days, so I was very happy to see that done. It actually turned out pretty good. I'm very, very pleased with how he turned out. So Wednesday morning, I made my way down to my local GW, which is about 45 minutes away, and I picked up 2 boxes of the Plague drones that I've been talking about, and I'm going to use them as my spawn. That was my initial thought. So they are considerably bigger than I had anticipated them to be. They actually come supplied with a flying base for 40k, which is a little bit bigger than the base that the actual Chaos Spawn models come on. I think they're a 40 mil base. But that's okay. You know what? I'm still going to use them, and if any of my opponents have any issues with it, what I'm going to do is actually have them with a wire as opposed to the clear flying peg that's used for the flying bases. And I'll bring along 40 mil bases as well as the flying bases. If my opponent has any issues with it, then I'll just put them over onto the 40 mils, and that'll be that, basically. They are really badass models. I was really impressed with them because they looked a little too cartoony for me, but I just have this feeling, and looking at them, they're really cool. So they're currently sitting in my garage right now, just drying from a black primer that I've put onto them. And Thursday and Friday and this morning I was working on my last 10-man Chaos Space Marine squad. So they are base coated and just awaiting my wash. So all of the green, all of the blue, all of the metal, everything like that has been base coated, as well as the brown for their weapons. It gets built up to white. So all of the blue as well as had all of their zenith highlights done on it. I'm one of those fortunate ones that use an airbrush, and I am capable of doing mass amounts of models with zenith highlights, and then I finish them with like some more of a contrasted highlight. So my extreme highlights is what I call them. So the ink wash, I'll put it on probably before I leave for work today, and then tomorrow morning I'll be able to start scales, and they should hopefully be done midweek. That would be my guess. I also put a little bit of attention to their Rhino, and that again will probably be midweek, maybe Friday, that it gets completed. So that being said, I watched some tutorials on taking photos, and was really happy with like seeing the actual process of taking good quality photos. I'd read it, but I'm a visual person, so if I see it, I remember it, and I understand it a heck of a lot better. So I went out yesterday and picked up 3 cool lamps. So basically you put one here, and then one coming from behind in the top, and a gradient piece of paper like so. It's not a sharp angle, but an actual slope, and the model, so that there's no edges when you're taking your photos. There's no shadows, anything like that, and I'm really looking forward to it. So that being said, next Friday report, I am going to include some stills. It might not be the entire army, but I am going to include some stills because I have been playing around with editing software. And so I'll be able to incorporate that into the video itself and show off some of the models. So I'm kind of looking forward to that. Backtracking a little bit, Wednesday when I was down at Games Workshop, the store manager, number one, he made me feel very welcome. Now I know that's his job to do that, but it seemed very genuine, and he asked me to come back either this weekend, which probably isn't going to happen, or on Wednesday, so that he could take some photos of my army and showcase them on their Facebook page, as well as play a game. So I think I'm going to take him up on that offer and probably head in on Wednesday, as opposed to going to my local gaming store, which is the Gamer's Lair. I have this feeling that I want to branch out a little bit more and play against other people other than what I routinely play against. It's nothing against these people. I love playing against them, but I need to sort of expand my experience on not just playing Space Wolves, a specific Space Wolf army, a specific Tyranid army, and players that I sort of know how they think and I sort of know their tactics. So when I get surprised when I enter into competitions that I'm not used to playing against these people and how they play their army. So I'm going to try and make my way down to the Games Workshop, play against some people, make my way up into the Sir Games a lot and play against some people. As well, more specifically, I want to try and make my way up to the Dork Lords and play a game against one or all of them. Obviously not in one day, but over the course of the next few months. I was very disappointed that I didn't win one of the Dork Lord shirts. Sad. But that's okay. That's no problem. I will probably just purchase one from them. Which I think that's the plan. So my Wednesday, actually, I ended up playing a game against a newcomer to the Barrie area. He comes from Belleville and brought an Ienden Eldar craft world, which was awesome to see. I haven't seen a full-blown Ienden craft world in a very long time, since the actual rules for Ienden. So he had Wraithguard units and 3 Wraith Lords and a Farseer and Spirit Seers, and oh my god. Needless to say, we played Purge the Alien on Vanguard Strike, and he ended up winning the game 7-3. I couldn't deal with his Wraith Lords and the Wraith Guard. I would dump mass amounts of firepower into these guys, but toughness 6 against strength 4 weaponry, it's an uphill battle for me. I realize that I lack a lot of high strength, low AP weapons or poison, which I'm not going to get poison. I don't think I'm going to get poison. So yeah, I'm not going to make any changes. I'll just have to play differently against armies that have these type of like toughness 8 monsters in them. In any event, so I don't have any special plans for the weekend, so it's going to be painting, painting, painting. Upcoming events, I'm not going to be able to make it out to the May 25th tournament. One of my buddies called me up and asked me if I could help him out with a culinary event. So he's been there for me in the past, so I'm going to be here for him in the present and help him out with that event. So sadly, I won't be able to make it to that tournament. It does free me up, though. I will make it out for the Mini Astro at Gamers Lair on June 1st. But here's the big news. Scary has finally released June 2nd. His campaign will begin. This is much anticipated. I've been hearing him chat about this thing for the past 3 or 4 months almost, since the Vogan campaign at the Gamers Lair finished. He's been talking about this and all the cool rules and the arena duels and HQ choices and everything like that. And he's been bouncing ideas around the Eternal Warriors Facebook page, and he's put so much time and effort into this thing. There is no way that this is going to be bad. So I know a lot of people are excited about it, and I will probably do a video log on the actual campaign. From my understanding, it's 6 weeks, and it's basically like you and your opponent agree on a point value and just kind of go from there. So it's going to be really cool. I definitely would be videoing this and updating it. So that's pretty much what's happening in the future, on what I'm looking forward to, and what's been going on in my brain lately. Well, I've kind of started to think outside of 40K. Once this army is done, I'm going to take a minor break from the 40K world, and I think I'm going to collect a small Malifaux crew. Now, I don't know how to play this game. I don't know where to get the miniatures from. I'll probably order them online or get them from eBay. But I don't know any of the rules. From my understanding, 2nd edition is right around the corner, so I'll probably wait till it comes out to learn how to play the game. But it looks so cool. From any of the bat reps that I've watched, or the sort of how-to play, there's no dice involved, which makes me a happy boy, because anybody that knows me knows that my dice is either really good or really horrible. There's no average for me. So having this deck that has cards in it that have numbers appeals to me just a little bit more than random dice rolling. So I'll give that a shot, and we'll see that what happens there. But I definitely am going to be collecting some of the models because I really like the way that they look, and I'll get them painted up, and I might even do a video log on it. Maybe follow some Joey Berry. If you haven't checked her out, check her out on YouTube. She's a really cool chick, wargamer and everything like that. But I'll probably do something along the lines of like an Altheria foe or something. I don't know. That sounds silly, but in any event, that's what's going on. So I will try to get a video up on Monday. If not, it'll probably be Wednesday, and sort of give you an idea of how my army is coming along. I have very little left to do, and I'm really looking forward to getting this army finished. And onto the display board, and then onto the fluff. So you guys all have yourselves a good weekend. If I don't talk to you on Monday, you have yourself a good beginning to your week. And yeah, I am Alfarius. Transmission end.